Hey, how are you guys doing? I am on the road, finally. And I stopped at my sister's, and we saw some of the stuff that I stopped at my sister's. It was basically a safety stop to make sure that everything was going to be okay. It was 9 hours into the drive, and to find out things like I lost a solar panel.
All right, well, the entire solar panel was peeled off this thing and is no longer there.
So I saw my sister, I saw the family, I saw my brother-in-law, and one thing I did want to talk about is, again, safety on this trip, because somebody else reached out to me and they were concerned about safety. About 98% of you are like, what you're doing is super cool, and then there's a little bit of a percent that's like, you're traveling and it's during COVID and all that kind of stuff. So I'm still following all the same protocols as I've always been following, and I am a super safe person. I'm very concerned. So I stay away from people. I wear a mask all the time. I'm 6 feet away. I've got hand sanitizer. I'm in a camper away from people. So I am very serious about this. And the fact that I am traveling, I'm staying away from people.
Tell me one more time. Are you looking at the Pony Express station over there?
And I understand that, you know, some schools and universities don't want their students traveling, and I get that. I absolutely get that. You don't want. I'm not pushing for everybody to go on spring break and be around people and be close and spread the disease. That's not what this is about. This is about looking at the positives of life and not looking at the roadblocks. So with this project for you, this is my project, is traveling. Your project could be you always wanted to train for a marathon. Well, get outside and train for a marathon. You have plenty of time. Stay away from people and train for a marathon. Or if you want to learn how to play guitar, learn how to play guitar. All those kind of things are things you can do during this time to take advantage of this time. And that's my point. My point is not to do exactly what I'm doing. It's to do what you want to do and find something that's going to excite you during this time, and something that maybe you can't do another time because we're going to be stuck in a classroom or stuck at work or stuck, you know, those kind of things. So training for a marathon, you have the time now to go out and do a lot of training. So anyway, that's what this project is about, positivity. It's not about negativity. And I've got, like I said, 98% positive response on everything that I'm doing. And I've got that 2% that's just, you're doing something wrong, which I'm not. I'm inside a camper with my cat. That's it. So anyway, I'm going to be responsible with social distancing and follow all the rules, and you should too. So I was out here seeing my sister and my niece and my nephew and my brother-in-law, and I showed you a little bit that my brother-in-law is with the military. He's a lieutenant colonel with the military, and there's a really cool base, and I shot some stuff a year ago that I never used, and I showed you some of that footage. My brother-in-law, who's a lieutenant colonel, told me that just down the road there is the Strategic Air and Aerospace Museum. And I love airplanes and all that kind of stuff. I love space. I mean, that's a big thing for me, but I love airplanes and all that kind of stuff. So on this trip, I've decided it doesn't really matter how fast I get to a place. I'm going to try to get close to Denver tonight, and that's a 7-hour drive, and right now it's 3 o'clock. So I'm going to be driving into the night.
Dusty, is that the Pony Express station?
So it's the original Pony Express station. So I'm driving to Denver, and of course it's 8 o'clock at night, so it's not open. But I had to pull over and just take a look. It was only 2 miles off the highway, but how cool is that? I wish I was coming through here when I can actually go in, but Pony Express, super cool. I decided that I'm going to take advantage of everything that I come across. And one of the things I came across was this Air and Space Museum. So I decided to stop and bring you guys along for it as well. So I'm so geeked out about airplanes, and at the front there's a big SR-71, there's a MiG-21, there's a B-52, a B-36, a B-57, the B-17s from World War II, and I love World War II, so I definitely spent a lot of time around this B-17 checking it out. I also checked out this B-29, and that's the kind of plane that dropped the atomic bomb, so there was some really cool stuff around that as well. The F-101, the RF-4, which I've flown in flight simulators before for years and years, so I thought that that was a really cool plane. This cute thing, and then all of this. I just put that to music, and it's going to be awesome. That's how I'm planning the edit right now. Just put it all to music. The other cool thing that they have is they restore planes there. And there's a number of restoration projects that I was checking out. And I love the fact that, you know, you take something and you restore. I mean, that's kind of what I did with this camper, right? Like on a very small level. They're doing it on a massive scale of millions of dollars. I did it on a small scale of $5, $10. It was worse than that. But anyway, so I loved looking at this restoration stuff. And I sent a little picture back to my brother-in-law, and he goes, you know what that plane is that they're restoring, right? I go, no. He goes, that's the one that I flew in. So it was super cool to see my brother-in-law's actual plane that he's done missions in. If you're ever in the Lincoln, Nebraska area, stop by the museum. I had a blast. I was planning on spending an hour here, and I spent almost 3. Beautiful, beautiful weather as I'm leaving the Strategic Aerospace Museum right there. I'm in short sleeves. There's still snow on the ground and everything. But man, with the sun hitting you, oh, it is so nice. Also, I got my hat with my new logo. So thank you to my sister for helping me stick it on there. So right now, I'm gonna get back in the cab of the truck. I'm still in the parking lot of the museum, and Dusty is in the cab right there. He's being nice. He is getting a little whiny on the road, but hopefully he gets used to it. And I'm gonna get on the road to go from here, which is around Lincoln, Nebraska, and try to get close to Denver tonight. So that is what I'm doing now. And that's what this episode was. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you like and subscribe. It's really nice to see all the subscribers and everybody kind of coming in here, especially after we got some media coverage the last couple weeks. So that is cool. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying this crazy adventure. I will see you next time. Subscribe. The first on camera thing in the camper. Well, on the road, I guess.